always start to believe. Listen to your heart, tell me that you understand, 'cause you are the one for me. If you just believe, 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 believe. Listen to your heart, 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 heart. Listen to your heart, 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 heart. Listen to your heart, tell me who you wanna be. We can.
Good evening, people. We are back. The Premier League is back. City are back, and the champions are our path, our journey to becoming champions again re-begins away to Leeds tomorrow night. Big, big, big game. As I said before the preview of our Liverpool Carabao Cup game last week, this is a bigger game. This is a bigger game. We left ourselves 5 points behind Arsenal before the break. We now, as it stands, are 8 points behind Arsenal. And listen, we're all going to have divided opinions. We're all going to have different ideas as to what we think of Arsenal. Can they go the distance? As far as I'm concerned, we have to view it as if they will go the distance. If we just sit here and start relying on Arsenal falling off and them being crap and eventually bottling it, that's not what you want to be. That's not a winner's mentality. We have to work on the basis that Arsenal are going to bring us the full distance. And we have to win every game. Every single game we should be looking to win. But we're going to break it all down. Make sure you get your thoughts in on tomorrow's game. Who do you want to see play? I think Joe will have a predicted starting 11 at some point. I don't know when he's going to get that up. I've not seen it. Rebel's not seen it. So if you disagree, always aim for this guy when you're shooting your shots, because he makes the decisions around here. Listen, 15 people in the building right now as well. If you would just do us the massive favor and smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. The likes help, people. The likes really help. The more you hit the like button, the more the channel gets out there, the faster we'll hit 5K. I've told you guys so many times that when we hit 5K, we're going to have a bit of a party live on stream. You can all come in, maybe a phone-in show. You guys can ring us, and we're going to have some giveaways. Lots to look forward to, because 5K is a milestone we are dying to hit. So keep showing love, keep sharing it around, keep hitting the like button. It's free to do. You know, we never ask for money. We never ask for super chats, never ask for anything like that, but we appreciate all of your love and all of your support as always. A lot of regulars in here right now. We see Sean Fogarty. We see Fraser. I don't think we've seen you before. Nice to meet you, my friend. D1, Luke. Yeah, Kerwin, all the usual. It's good to see you. Keep smashing the likes and get your thoughts in on this game. But listen, you see the fixture list? It's beside us. The Premier League logo is back in the middle of the screen. That means Premier League time is back. It's getting serious, people. Shit is getting serious, and we're going to break it all down. But listen, Joe, Dara, we travel to Elland Road tomorrow night. Leeds, who are a team who have had up and down form, if you ask me, this season. They were very close to getting a win against Tottenham. They lost 4-3 in the end. They beat Liverpool at Anfield. So they're going to look at this fixture, as far as I'm concerned, and say there's no reason we can't get a result. We don't need to lie down. We don't need to feel like we're going to get battered. It's a game that they will say we can win. We've already beaten and played well against big dogs this season. So tough game, man. Tough game. What are we saying?
We've played against Jesse Marsh once, and it was 4-1, 4-0. I'm not sure if they scored or not. But we put 3 or 4 past them.
Last
It was
season.
definitely 4.
Yeah.
It was definitely 4.
It was defo 4, but I don't know if they scored.
No idea.
I should have researched this, but regardless, we've scored 4 past them before in the exact same 4-0. There you go. We've scored 4 past them in the exact same stadium, same atmosphere. Maybe not the same backing though. That's the thing. It's really come together a little bit more since the start of the season for them, because like Murray said, they went to Anfield and beat Liverpool. They got something out of it. They nearly got something out of Tottenham. Like, they're a good team. I'm shitting myself. I won't lie, I'm shitting myself. It's not very often we go in 8 points down to a team on top of the table. But look, every game has to be won regardless of what happens. So if they can't win tomorrow, then I don't know. I mean, you might call me mental. I only started taking Arsenal seriously last night. To be honest, Joe called me mental. But it was only last night I kind of twigged when I saw that they did it without Jesus. I was like, these are starting to scare me now a little bit. But if they can't win this and you go 8 points, no games in hand, then it's getting to it. Like, it is getting panic stations, in my opinion.
I started taking Arsenal serious as soon as the last game before the World Cup ended. As soon as they had gone 27 out of 27 points at the Emirates, clear of us, by 5 points and we had lost to Brentford, I was thinking, yeah, like they're serious. And I think you're naive to say, well, just because they've never shown us before, and you know we've got that second half of the season rhythm to hopefully look forward to, or hopefully we'll find at some point. You're naive. You're naive, and as I said, you're stupid and naive if you're just relying on Arsenal fucking up. We need to win it on our own account. We need to put the pressure on them. We need to stay up their arses. You know what I mean? We excuse the pun, but we can't allow them to feel comfortable and like this is much easier than they expected. They need to know that they're in a title race with real champions who have done this shit before. They need to be scared and feel like, you know, City know how to do this and know all about us. We need to make our presence felt. So we start dropping points to places like Leeds tomorrow when Arsenal are 8 points clear. 8 points is a gap, people. 8 points is no small thing. That's a problem. That's a problem. If Arsenal go 8 points clear, it's a problem. Do I say it's panic stations? No, I don't say it's panic stations. There's a fuckload of football to go. But all of a sudden, if Arsenal go 8 points clear, yeah, they're going to start going, wow, we have a big, big opportunity here. All those people saying, oh, I don't know if they're in a title race just yet. They're doing very well. I get that. And I agree with that. You know, title race doesn't really, you can't form your title race really properly until sort of late February to mid-March, where you see the two horses who are really going for it. But, you know, if they're 8 points clear in January, that's serious business. I mean, Sean Fogarty says we will have to play Arsenal and Tottenham, the games that were cancelled. I mean, Tottenham, we know, are a bogey team for us, whether we like to recognise it or not. We've never fucking won or scored in their new stadium. That's a problem. We have to go to the Emirates. You best believe, yes, they want to beat us, and yes, they will want to win the league, but they'll also want revenge for the way we beat them in the last minute wasn't it New Year's Day last year as well? Like, fucking hell, man. There's a lot of narratives here. There's a lot of ammunition for them to work with. Sean Fogarty, can I be a mod? Yeah, I'll make you a mod now, man. You're here long enough. Anybody who comes here regularly and is here long enough, if you want to be a mod and we think you're a cool guy, we'll make you a moderator. So, Sean, welcome to the family. Joe, what are you saying about this, man? It's a tough one. I think, obviously, we want to win the game. We need to be focused on the game, but there is obviously that thing in the back of our heads, and I'm sure it's in the back of the players' heads, about Arsenal having that 8 point gap.
I'm calm. No overthinking from me. We've played one competitive game and Leeds haven't. That's what I'm going into this with. We should be much more prepared. We've had that Liverpool game, which was absolutely mental. So we should be more ready. I think Leeds maybe had a couple of friendlies. I'm not sure how their squad actually looks at the moment. I know they had a few players out with the World Cup. I don't think any of them made it particularly far. But I don't know, man. They haven't played a competitive game and we have, and that's the sort of thing that's kind of keeping me really positive, is the fact that we should be more ready for this game. And you know, Leeds is never an easy place to go. I mean, we saw it last year. They started chucking paper and stuff all over the pitch, which was very odd, but, you know, it happens. But I'm not scared. I'm confident. I am really confident. I can't really summarise, like, just quickly summarise how I feel about this game, because I don't know what shape Leeds are in. Genuinely, this is the difficult part, at least at the start of this restart after the World Cup, is I don't know what the state of, like, most of the squads in the Premier League are. I don't know how fit players are. I don't know if there's any players away, any players who may be injured, or I don't know. I have no idea, to be honest. I only know really how our squad looks, which is pretty good. Maybe a couple of players, Calvin Phillips, don't know whether he's trained or, well, I don't know if he's trained. Maybe someone else knows. Obviously, Diaz is injured, but apart from that, we're looking good. And I'm not focusing on the Arsenal sort of situation at the moment, really, either. I know that, you know, we win against Leeds, which we should be doing. We should be beating Leeds, you know, regardless. They're at the bottom. They are in a relegation battle. We should be beating Leeds away. You know, it might be tough, but so be it. We've got to win these games. And this is a game that Arsenal squeaked past at Elland Road. They managed to get a 1-0, I think it was, in the end. A very, very close run with Leeds. But again, I expect us to win, because that's what we should be doing. And then we've got a 5 point gap and we've still got to play Arsenal twice. That's a good position still.
Colby McDowell says Tyler Adams is out. Melier, Somerville, and Goto are doubtful. Does that shape your thoughts anymore?
A little bit, yes, because I'm not sure who their sub-keeper is anymore. It used to be Casilla, was it? Or was it someone like that? They've got players out. I know they had, obviously, Tyler Adams was at the World Cup. He didn't make it very far, but he was still at the World Cup. So I don't know. I mean, injuries or not, I still expect us to beat Leeds. Like, it doesn't matter the shape of their squad. They could have full strength. You know, with the strength that we have, I still expect us to win.
Rico Lewis says he's positive.
The backup keeper is Joel Robles, fella who used to play for Everton.
Oh dear.
I think he started for them for a while, but he was pretty overall stuffy. I'm looking at FOTMob's predicted lineup. They have Mike Christensen in, Greenwood in, Aronson is in. That Gnotto, not a left winger. No, Gnotto, little. I think he's Italian.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have him predicted to start. So no, it's not full strength for them. I mean, it doesn't look like they have any. Jesus Christ, they have some mad injuries. They have Rodrigo out. Adams is suspended. Dallas obviously broken leg. Sinistera, Harrison, Melier, Lorente, and Somerville all out. That's crazy. Should be beating that, I'm afraid. I don't think that comes from a place of bias or over expectancy. You have to beat them. I'm sorry, you have to beat them in this situation when they're going for a title.
We do have to beat them. We have a crazy, crazy run of fixtures now between now and February, and that's what Darsh is saying here. I mean, look at the graphic beside us, people. Look at the games we have to play in the next sort of 4 or 5 weeks. You can exclude the Southampton game there and the Chelsea Cup game. Those Premier League games are still brazy, people. Brazy, as they say, isn't it? Now, Leeds away. Regardless of their form, Ellen Road is a tough place, man. It's a tough place. It's an old venue. The fans get up for it. They're noisy. They're an aggressive bunch, and the players feed off that. If they get an early goal or the first goal, and that Ellen Road crowd gets up for it, it can get a bit shaky. It can get a bit scary. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to give them any advantage, any upper hand. It's tough. It's a tough place to go. So we need to have our wits about us. You know what I mean? And we need to be conscious of the fact that I don't think we can lose a game. I don't think we can start losing games and, disrupting any flow. We need to find that rhythm that I keep talking about, that second half of the season rhythm where it just clicks into gear. You go into autopilot, you win your games, you pick up your 3 points, you move on to the next. You don't think about it, you don't talk about it too much. You get into a flow. That's what wins you leagues. That's what wins you the titles, and we know about this. We should be confident in the fact that we know about this. We've been there. We've done that. We've done this. Don't let these new boys on the block and any Arsenal fans or rival fans who are slagging me up and who are still calling anybody new boys on the block. You know what I'm saying when I say new boys on the block. This Arsenal team are new. They're young. They're fresh. Arsenal Football Club have won no Premier Leagues since 04 or was it 06? So they're new against this. They haven't tasted this in a long time. Let's not make it an easy road for them and make it an easy thing to win a league, because it hasn't been for us, and we know about that. But listen, I'm confident, man. I'm confident. Like Joe said, we have everybody fit, apart from Ruben Diaz, who made his injury worse at the World Cup for Portugal. Look, things happen. Calvin Phillips was indulging in too much Doha takeaway, so he's not fit to play. Is this a fixture that I want Calvin Phillips to play in anyway? Probably not. I mean, Calvin Phillips is a player who's probably desperate to find form, desperate to get game time at City. Is him going back to Ellen Road the best place for him to do that right now? You could look at it one or two ways. You could say he'll either go back there, really determined to show everybody why he's got his move to City and why he's in the right place to be, or else he could freeze and he could say, oh, I'm back where I was, and I don't want to make a balls of it, and the psychology of it is too much for him. So listen, in terms of Calvin Phillips, I'm okay with him not playing this game. It is what it is. We want Rodri there, don't we, anyway? But I think Calvin Phillips, the next few months for him are huge. He needs to get his shit together. And you guys know, I've been saying for time, I love Calvin Phillips as a footballer, but I don't love him based off what I've seen in Manchester City. I don't dislike him, but anything I like about him is based off what I've seen of him playing for Leeds and England. So please do the business for City and see Wagwan. Platter, half their team's missing, boys. Yeah, I think we kind of went over that a little bit. I'll be real with you, people. My knowledge on Leeds as a squad and who their key players are, it's not amazing. I don't watch them on a weekly basis. I don't watch them when they're playing just, the run-of-the-mill games. I only watch them when they play against us, or if they're playing maybe against another Big Six team and it's on telly and I'm not doing anything. So I don't know who to watch out for, but what I am aware of, what I do know of from watching years of football and knowing my football history, is that Ellen Road, regardless of what sort of team they have, it's a tough place to go. It's a tough place to go. So you can either be great for us and we can build some momentum off this. If we play the way we did against Liverpool last week, I'm telling you, we steamroll Leeds. That's fact. Would you agree with me on that, lads?
Yeah. I think Liverpool made us look a little bit better than maybe we were, but I mean, I don't care what squad Liverpool put out, there's a golfing class in Liverpool and Leeds. If we go out and play like that, you're looking at another 3 or 4. If you play to that level, it's another 3 or 4, especially considering who they've got out. It has to be. I can't see how there could be such a different performance in the space of a week if you put out a fairly similar team. But I've seen this. I've seen it 1,000 times where you just turn around and
we raise our game for the occasion of Liverpool, and then we just kind of let off a
Yes.
little bit because it's Leeds, and it's like, we're on that high of beating Liverpool and it's Leeds. It's like, like 16th or something like that in the table. We go,
Yeah.
we should be beating these.
So have you got a lineup? Because I'm just looking at Fat Mobs here, and they have no Stones. Is he fucked around?
No, not to my knowledge. I mean, he played against Liverpool, so
He came on, didn't he? He came on.
He came on against
you know what?
Liverpool.
He was a standout when he came on. He was very good. If he doesn't start, I'd be very disappointed.
Barry makes a good point here, and I think this applies to the rest of the season in general, not just tomorrow. He says he'd like to see us play with a settled back four, too many changes, in my opinion. I've been saying this for months. I've been saying I love the fact that we have squad depth and we have players we can turn to when we need them, but I'm a massive, massive believer in having the same 11 or as close to the same 11 playing week in, week out as possible. How do you build rhythm? How do you build flow? Consistent game time. You know what I mean? If you're putting a player in for one game, taking him out for two, back in for one, back in for two, out for three. You know what I'm saying? It's hard for that player to find confidence and momentum within himself. So I've been saying, the whole Haaland, Grealish, Foden thing from three, and definitely our main Achilles this season, if there has been one, or our main vulnerability, has been our back four. It's definitely looked shaky at times. And I think there's no shame in admitting that not every area of the pitch right now is perfect for us. I said this in the Big Six recently, that people make us out to be this unmovable juggernaut, a beast that can't be penetrated kind of thing. We're not. We have looked very shaky at times. Diaz has had his moments. Akanji's had his moments. I think John Stones has had his moments. Ake is probably the one with the least flaws so far this season, to give him the credit he deserves, Nathan Ake. So I would like to see a settled back four players that you go, right, this is the back four we're going with. Walker, Stones, Ake, Diaz, whoever, whatever back four, just go with it and let them play together. Let them make their mistakes. Let them grow together. Let them build chemistry. Dano says in the chat here, it's about building chemistry. You can't build that when you take it every time. Chemistry, momentum, and confidence are so important for moving forward and getting into a rhythm or a flow. You won't get into a rhythm or flow when you're putting out 5 or 6 new players every week that didn't play last week. I get the rotation thing. Trust me, I do get that. And if a player is looking tired, yes, pull him out and put in the adequate replacement. But don't start chopping and changing just because you're trying to catch the other manager off guard. Every single player in our squad is good enough to start for us in the Premier League every single week. So run with it, lads. What do we think?
I agree 100%. I think now, with what we've currently got available, looking at it, my ideal defence is... Right now, having not seen Kyle Walker for a lot of the year, I have Cancelo, Stones, Laporte, Ake, right? And judging off how we played against Liverpool with Rico Lewis dropping into that midfield role, that is ideal for Cancelo to drop in and do that. Because again, it looked like when we played against him, it was the back three, Rodri, Rico Lewis at the time, pretty much dropping into midfield, doing whatever he wanted. It's my favourite system. I'm not sure about either of yours, but that would be my favourite system. Going with that, I think it's a balanced enough defence to have Stones, Laporte, Ake, 2 left footers, and a really solid right footed centre half, and letting Cancelo just drop in. But I don't think we've actually seen that lineup. I don't think we've actually seen that defensive lineup all season. So if that's the way he's moving forward, then I don't know. I'm a little bit concerned if he goes like that, but that is my favourite. That would be my favourite thing.
Name those players that you want again?
Oh, sorry. Stones. Cancelo, Stones, Laporte, Ake.
All right. Yeah. What do you think, Joe?
Ake left back on paper.
I'd change Ake for Walker still. The man,
I would too.
I just haven't ability-wise, Kyle Walker is better. I'm not doubting that at all. He just hasn't played. He hasn't played this season.
it's been one game. It's been one game since the World Cup. The man played against Mbappe at the World Cup.
He played the whole thing before that. You were doing the same as me, slating the cunt because he wasn't doing anything.
Yeah, and now he's played at the World Cup. He's proved that he's fit and he's able to play.
Once or twice.
But he's proved he's fit and able to play. He did a really good job against Mbappe. Even though England lost, he did a really good job of nullifying Mbappe on England's right hand side, and he's proved that he's fit enough and he's able to play. He was on the bench against Liverpool. He wasn't used because Rico Lewis had one of the games of his life. If he's on the bench, he's fit enough to play. So that tells me if he's not playing, we've got a fucking problem, because he should be fit because he has played, in that international break, and he was on the bench against Liverpool. If he's injured again, I'm sorry, I'm fuming. I hate to say it, but I'm absolutely fuming if he's not if I don't see him start against Leeds, if I see a quote saying he's not fully fit or something like that, I'm fuming. Why is he going to the World Cup if he's not fully fit? I don't. It's just that all over again, isn't it? That conversation of, you know, they're that desperate to play for their countries. Ruben Diaz is now injured. You know, you've got Phillips coming back overweight. Kyle Walker's not played for us in ages, and if he doesn't play against Leeds, and it's like, what is he doing? This is, you know, big headaches and big problems.
I'm generally quite open when it comes to selection. I back every single player in the squad. I do have my thing about a set selection, set players, you know, playing consistently week in, week out, change up for the cup games, maybe Champions League switch ups if needs be, depending on the opposition. But for league, let the players play who are going to play consistently. Walker is one of those players that I believe if he's fit or even 75% fit, he has to play. Kyle Walker is one of the most important players in that squad. Experience, leadership, ability as well. He has the whole thing. I think he's so important for getting us over the line. He's been so important for us putting the second half of the season runs together, and he knows how to win. Kyle Walker's a winner, man. Walker is necessary, Dennis says. Yeah, I say play Walker, man. If he's even 75% fit, I play him, man. He's a man for these big moments. He's done it at both international and club level. Sean says the Ben White rumors are strange, man. I don't want Ben White. I'll be real. I've no interest in signing Ben White. I don't particularly like him. I don't really like him as a person, and on the basis that, I don't know him. I don't like him on the basis that he's one of these nonchalant, like, oh, I don't even like football. I don't even like football. I just am a footballer. Don't tell me that. Even if you think like that, don't tell me that. Do you know what I mean? Say you love football.
That's not mentality you'd want at a club now. But I watched that man last night. Oh my god, I was not familiar with that fella's game. He is good. He is so very good. Yeah. No, I know you're not trying to disrespect him here in this scenario, right? I watched him last night. I was in awe. I didn't realize it was that good. Really, it's the Shaq quote. It's the Shaq quote where it's like, I wasn't familiar with your game. I wasn't, and you know, having that type of play, it's like Stones when he plays right back. You have someone who's that good with the ball at his feet that he can drop out wide and play that kind of role. That gives the other fullback the complete freedom to do whatever the fuck he wants. And I think it was Tierney playing left back yesterday, and Zinchenko came on and fulfilled that role. Like that was, I'm a simple man. I like the one defensive fullback, one absolutely all out attacking fullback. It's really nice, really balanced. And when I saw it last night, I was just like, these are cold. Like Ben White, what a player!
Yeah,
I don't care.
Yeah, you turn around. Yeah, you turn around after saying, "Why have they paid 50 million for him?" And then you go, "I was unfamiliar with his game. He's actually really good." And then you say the same thing about Ramsdale, but you refuse to take it back. Why? Admit that he's a good keeper.
Ramsdale is a good keeper, yeah. But I still hate how he does his little fucking Hollywood saves.
Pro clubs diving for a shot that's going
to head in. He's a good keeper, but when he does his Hollywood dives, like let's say P roller going down, go jump down, roll it, he'll drop on it, just roll over it.
This is a live reenactment. This is a live reenactment.
Yeah. He'll get it, pick it up, drop himself on top of the ball, roll over, do a tumble, stand back up, bounce it 3 times, go like this, test the wind, and then boot it up. Or roll it out, whatever.
He does do that. If there's a shot going wide, he's highly likely to fly.
I thought I was looking at Aaron Ramsdale.
we have been. I actually got asked for an autograph, thinking they were as Aaron Ramsdale before.
Chat, does Dara look like Aaron Ramsdale? I think it's uncanny. I think it's uncanny. Listen, there was nearly 40 people in the building there a second ago.
For the real,
and we're not even on 30 likes. Smash the like button if you haven't done so already, people. Get the likes up. Come on. But listen, with Ben White, when I said I don't like him, I do think he's a magnificent footballer and he's going from strength to strength. I don't want him at City. I just don't like the whole non-caring, nonchalant. You know what I'm saying? I just don't. It's not for me. I think we have enough quality in that area of the pitch. I don't know why. It seemed based on reports as well today that City's priority when it comes to any future signings is a fullback. I assume that is a Kyle Walker replacement sort of thought, even though we have Rico Lewis. I think Rico Lewis is probably still too young to take over the Walker role when Walker does expire, if you know what I mean. When Walker is finished at his peak, Lewis, it's unfair to say, Lewis, right, you're next to step in. There'll probably be a stopgap somewhere in the middle or someone that Lewis can rotate with. So I think that's what the thinking is behind a fullback. Obviously, Bellingham is on the list. I saw a journalist saying he reckons there's a 64% chance the Manchester City sign Jude Bellingham. From what I've been told, Obviously, you can always take anything I say with a pinch of salt. I'm not trying to claim to be in the know, but people that tell me things and what they believe to be true is that Bellingham is he's bound for Liverpool, right? Take it as you like. I'm not preaching as the word of God here, but I've been told that Bellingham wants Liverpool, so we may have to look elsewhere when it comes to midfielders. Who knows? It may happen. It may happen. And the rumor is, I read today that there is actually a 60 million release clause in Bellingham's contract, or there's a rumored 60 million release clause that.
Jesus Christ, who's saying that? Who's saying that?
That's from like the Mirror or something like that as well. So some strange source where you turn around and not really discredit that there's a 65 or 60 million release clause. If that was true, you'd have heard about it. You'd have heard about it before the 27th of December, if that was true.
We didn't know Haaland had a release clause basically until we signed him.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we did. We knew he had one for ages. We
Did
knew
we
he
know
had
it
one.
was- Did we know it was 51?
Yeah, we knew it was between
No,
50
I
and
don't
70,
think we
weren't
did.
it?
I don't think we did.
We knew for
We did, but Chelsea
ages.
tried getting them. Chelsea tried getting them the summer before, and they had to pay a premium. That's what
We
it was.
knew. Well, at least from my knowledge, anyway, I knew ages before we signed Haaland, he had a release clause. I didn't think it was 51, but I knew it was, sort of 50, 60 million range on his release clause. Bellingham doesn't have a release clause. That's a load of bollocks. He doesn't have one. Otherwise, there'd be nothing stopping anyone from going and doing a deal. Why do you think there's all this talk about negotiations for Bellingham and 120 million price tags? Because there's no release clause.
There you go. Listen, what do I know? But the word is anyway that Bellingham wants Liverpool. I don't know. They're probably going to have to pay big money for him, I would assume. I don't think the release clause is true. I'm just telling you what the paper talk is that I read today on Twitter. So get your information from Twitter, people.
Murray, speaking of fullbacks, when you mentioned the fullback, Sam Lee was the one who came out and said the City are targeting a fullback. About a day before that news, he put up saying that City do not trust Sergio Gomez.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, oh no, nor am I. I'm absolutely not surprised at all. But if that story's come out from the same source a day after them saying that they don't trust him, then it could be a left-sided fullback for all I know. Like I don't know
I'm
why.
sick of signing left-sided fullbacks, man.
It's how am I. But like, if you're gonna sell Zinchenko, right, and then bring in someone who's basically trying to do the same job, only a bit younger, what's the fucking point?
I don't like that reasoning. We didn't sell him. He wanted to go. He wanted to go.
Zinchenko's an Arsenal fan.
Zinchenko wanted to leave.
Mm-hmm.
Is Zinchenko an Arsenal fan? I didn't know that.
He wanted to leave. We weren't keeping him. We wanted out.
Why did we not just get someone? Why did we not just get someone else? I'm saying I do like your man Gomez. I do think he'll eventually come good. If not at left back, then somewhere else in the pitch. But by Jesus,
At what point do you turn around if you're City and go, we've signed how many left-sided fullbacks have we tried to sign, right? At what point do you just go, we're going to have to break the bank here and get a guarantee, or as close to a guarantee as we can, instead of going for these sort of cheaper options that just aren't working?
our best left-sided fullback is used to play on the right. Like, that's not on. I'm sorry, that's not.
What are the options though? Pete, chat, get involved in this. There's 33 of you in the building. Throw me some options. Who, if you had your dream fullback, make it realistic though. Like, don't tell me like Reece James or someone like that. Like, who is available that we could say, yeah, he's attainable. We could actually get him.
I'll give you one. Going back to what I said earlier with the one attacking fullback, one defensive fullback, you can either stick their guns, stick with Ake, or go get your man Gvardiol.
Gvardiol left back.
Yeah, well, that's where when I first saw Gvardiol, it was Croatia against England, and he played left back then. Like,
I mean, yeah, but also you got to.
Would I be correct before you go on? Am I correct in saying that he can play left back?
He can play left back. Yes, he can. But I mean, we're talking about realistic here. Are we going to spend like 100 million on another centre half that we're going to use as a fullback? Like, we might as well just keep Ake and put him there. Like, in terms of realistic,
I'd say keep Ake and put him there. I'd rather that.
In terms of realistic, there aren't too many options. Like, obviously, for years we've been linked to Theo Hernandez. Pretty sure he just signed a new contract, and he would break the bank. He'd be like 100 million himself as well. So, like, I don't really know where we go from here, but it's clearly not working trying to sign these hidden gems, especially someone like Sergio Gomez, who, I mean, we all want him to work, but I mean, he's an attacking midfielder by trade who plays on the wing for his country, who's been trusted to play fullback even though he can't defend. it's not great. We didn't pay much for him, so I wasn't expecting like him to be a world beater or for him to start many games, but I wasn't expecting him to be completely inept defensively.
No, it's genuinely like looking at a child trying to read a defensive play. Like he's a good player. I don't think anyone can turn around and say he's a bad footballer. I think he does need a bit more time. Like again, he's only a baby. Like say 21. He has time to get that bit about him where he can start reading games better. But it has to come soon, or else City will go out and buy. Like let's be fair. Like City aren't just going to sit by and watch the left side of the defense get torn apart every week. It's not going to happen. They're going to sign someone if they don't trust Gomez.
I'm not ready to write Gomez off just yet.
Nor am I. I'm just saying you have to give him time, but at the same time, it can't be giving him time to the detriment of the team. Like if he's getting absolutely pummeled week in, week out, you can't justify keep playing him. I'm sorry, you can't.
Well, I mean, it's promising what we've seen because he's picked up a couple of Man of the Match awards. I think both of them were in the Champions League as well. But he was playing Sevilla, who at that point were god awful, and he was playing against Copenhagen. So like, it's nothing special. He hasn't really played against anyone special. He came on in the derby when we were 4-0 up, so there really wasn't much pressure. But the man can't defend. He cannot defend. Like, he's just not very good at it. And as a fullback, of course, if we're doing this whole one defensive, one attacking, then maybe you can get away with it. If you have that one defensive, one on the other side, like a Kyle Walker, you play John Stones there, maybe you can get away with it because he's not going to be called into doing like the most defending. But at the same time, like he was a fullback. He played a year as a fullback, and he still can't defend. I don't care if it's in the Belgium league. I don't care, whether he practically played as a winger. He still played on paper as a fullback. To say he is a defensive liability, like he's a whole, he might as well not be there. It's a little bit worrying. It is a little bit worrying. That maybe that's just not his position. Maybe we just need to play him somewhere else. I don't know.
All right, Joe hates Sergio Gomez. There you have it, people.
Yeah, I do. I hate the man's guts. Fuck the man. He's a disgrace to the 21 shirt.
Buddy, you're older than Gomez, huh?
I'm older than loads of the players.
We're all older than Rico Lewis. That's mad to me.
I'm 23. I'm going to be older than a good few of the players. I'm not a young man anymore. Sean says Theo Hernandez. Christopher says Theo Hernandez. John says Raum. I think Raum was just signed a new contract. Dano says Rico Lewis. We have Esbrand. Listen, I'm all for Rico Lewis and Josh Wilson Esbrand, but like I said, I think there's going to have to be a stopgap somewhere in between them and them becoming the choice fullback. You know what I'm saying? I don't see why Rico Lewis can't become the ultimate Kyle Walker replacement, but I wouldn't give him the role straight away when Walker retires or moves on and whatnot, because I think he's too young. It's not fair to put pressure on him. Listen, there's over 40 in the building just while the number's quite high. If you could just do us a favor and smash the like button, that would be massively, massively, massively appreciated. All of your likes help people. Ziyech Hakim, I don't think he plays as fullback though at TEF, unfortunately.
I think he meant Hakimi.
Oh, sorry, you mean Hakimi? Yeah, Hakimi would be sick. Hakimi would be cold, man. He's a bad boy. Akraf Hakimi is a bad man. Bad man. What are we saying?
What happened to Esbrand? How was he 20 all of a sudden?
There's this concept that applies to all of us. It's called age.
Fuck off. I thought he was... I'll be honest with you. I swear to God, last week he was like 17, 18.
No, he's been around for ages. Remember, he broke his leg.
Been around for a while,
Remember, he broke his leg a few years ago.
What? What?
Pre-John Costa's chat.
Hang on.
Pretty much John Costa's dead, man.
No, he's not.
That's a violation, John, man. That's a violation. Ferland Mendy. I like Ferland Mendy.
I think he's stinky, that fella, man. So overrated. People like him on FIFA and think he's good in real life.
Hakimi, bro. Yeah, listen, Hakimi is cold. He's a bad man. I have him no problem, but I think he's stuck, isn't he? He's not leaving PSG anytime soon. Is he not 32? Yeah, I think he might have been 32 in the summer, so I think you're probably not far off. D1, he probably did mean CH. Yeah, listen, I know what you mean. Alphonso Davis, but he's got his injury problems, doesn't he?
And he's also like under a 5 or 6 year contract.
He's also another one who's not like the best defensively, although he is absolutely rapid. That kind of makes up for it.
Who's DeMarco?
Who?
D1 said DeMarco from Inter. I actually don't know who he is.
Is he that guy? What? Hold on. Let me Google this guy. I have no idea who this guy is.
D1. If you're saying he's very attack minded, then we have that in Gomez. If the fella can defend, though, I'm all for it.
We're kind of on about.
Alfonso's contract's up in 25.
Ooh. I mean, again, it's like it still cost you an arm and a leg, considering he probably is fine at Bayern Munich. If I was to take a guess.
Well, this is as of Colby McDowell. So Colby, if you're wrong, the shot to be fired at you, mate.
He's also he has his little Fonzie brand as well, so you're kind of paying for an excess premium because he's an influencer. I'm afraid that's how modern football works. Brandon Williams, John, get it.
Actually, we are not qualified or have the information, the knowledge to talk about influencers and their contracts. So listen, Brandon Williams for 50 million. Now you're all right, mate. Listen, the fullback thing, I don't want to talk about it for too much longer. It's not the task on hand. Joe, can you whip up the predicted starting 11 that you've made? Drum roll, please. I want to see who Joe has chosen for this game. Tell me when it's up.
I've changed it. I have changed it.
Just loading up my screen now. Right, here we go, people. This is where shit gets serious. This is the official Joe Head predicted starting 11 for Leeds away tomorrow. What are we saying, people? Predicted 11. Do we like it or not? Let's read it out. Right, Joe, listen, the pressure is on you here, man. Premier League is back. You better not have fucked up. Right, he's got with Ederson, Walker, John Stones, Aymeric Laporte, Joao Cancelo, Rodri, Kevin De Bruyne.
Are you trying to get this man's job? Are you trying to get the stadium announcer's job? Is that what you're aiming for?
Do not start singing Voulez-Vous. Do not start singing Voulez-Vous.
Bernardo Silva.
Listen, if I could sin bin him, if I could sin bin him, he'd be gone.
Riyad Mahrez, Erling Haaland. Anyway, that is your starting.
Nice.
Right, listen. The predicted 11, it's going down well. It's going down well by the looks of it so far. John says that's spot on. Nick Saunders, team spot on. Dano, Hugh wants to kill Joe for not putting. Listen, we're gonna get on to that.
I'd rather have Grealish in the Mahrez, you know.
Yeah, so would I. But this is a prediction.
Oh no, I know. I'm not slating you for this. I don't want to be forced to watch Riyad Mahrez again.
No one's forcing you to do it. Listen, there's 50 in the building, people. Keep smashing the likes. Let's get it over 40 likes. We're 3 likes off 40. Get it up to 40, people. Come on, man. Maybe Grealish for Mahrez. Nick is talking sense, people. Nick knows football. Nick says Grealish for Mahrez. Throw Foden over onto the right-hand side. He can do a little bit of a cut-in thing and get my man Jack in on the left. We don't need Riyad, man. Hold tight, Riyad. I love Riyad. But he's not that guy. He's not that guy right now. Joe, can you please actually tell me why you've gone with this guy?
Because the man didn't go away for a World Cup. He played against Girona, he played against Liverpool. Do I want it? No, of course I don't want it. I haven't wanted Mahrez to play a game of football. I haven't been wanting to watch this man play a game of football for ages. But the fact that Grealish and Foden both came off the bench against Liverpool, I don't think both of them are going to be thrown in. I don't think both of them. I've got one of them has to be honest. I don't think Palmer's going to retain his place. Because, this is Premier League, it matters. But I think Mahrez is kind of nailed on. I think he had some quotes coming out. I'm not sure whether it was on a press conference, but he had some quotes coming out about the Leeds game. So he just screams he's going to play, really. I don't want him to. I really don't want him to. I'd rather he held the bench. But again, this is a prediction. I'm trying to get as many right as possible.
I think Gundogan might start,
Listen, there's over 50 in the building, people. There's over 50, and we've not even hit 40 likes. You have to hit the like button, people. Hit the like button. Let's get it up. The goal is 50 likes. I don't see why we can't hit 50 likes. Gundogan is not of your choice. I think he's going to start over Bernardo, personally.
I think he'd play. It wouldn't surprise if Bernardo ended up outright. But Gundogan missed that press resistant against Leeds. Someone you need. I'd like to see him play. But at the expense of Bernardo, I don't really know. I really don't know. But Gundogan, I thought Gundogan was pretty good against Liverpool. I was really happy.
I love the back four you've gone with, Joe. I love that back four. Kyle Walker, John Stones, 2 trusty options. Aymeric Laporte, trusty option. And is Cancelo? Is there a suspension there, or there's no suspension?
Suspension? I am not aware.
Didn't he get a red card?
No suspension.
He played against Brentford. He played against Brentford. So unless he managed to get a red card in the Premier League or a domestic competition over the international break, I don't think there's a
Mate,
suspension.
listen, don't be fucking cheeky now, mate.
I don't know why he's being cheeky.
It's been fucking 6 weeks, all right? My memory's a bit hazy, right? My memory's a bit hazy.
Costa's got you.
Forgive me. He served it in the Carabao. Thank you, John. That's all I needed to hear. Joe didn't need to be so cheeky, man. D1, Bernardo has to start tomorrow because Leeds have a lot of energy in that midfield. Yeah, listen, I want Bernardo to play, but I think Gundo's going to play based off the fact that didn't Gundo start the game against Liverpool and didn't he play that game against Girona? I think Pep's going to favour him. Nearly 60 in the building. I don't see why we can't hit 50 like people. Smash the like button. The numbers are going up and it's great to see all of you showing your love and giving your thoughts as well. Bernardo has to start. Yeah, I think Bernardo will play. But listen, the back four, like I said, I really like that. What was your thought process behind that? No Akanji, no Ake, Joe?
I just feel like if we're going to go for a settled back four long term, I feel like that should be it. That should be the one, really, in my opinion. As long as Walker can prove he can stay fit, that should be the one. Put Cancelo in that Rico Lewis role where he can invert and play next to Rodri, like we did against Liverpool. That suits him. And you know, I've seen a lot of people saying that he hasn't been great recently because he hasn't, and Ake should probably take his place. But if we're going to go with that system that we did against Liverpool, if we're going to play that way, then Cancelo should play because he plays very well in that role where he's allowed to go wherever he wants.
That's fair enough. I agree. He says, or D1 says he didn't put Akanji because that's Dara's favourite player.
It's fair enough.
Dara,
I wouldn't even call. He's not even my favourite defender.
General Jan Stud.
General
Johnny!
Wagwan General. Laporte is
Fucking
literally a
tonight.
warrior. Well, I'm not having a good season, Dan. Haha. Listen, we got a super chat right now. Did Haaland appear on screen? Can someone tell me if Haaland appeared yet?
No.
Did he play? No?
Oh, he hasn't
fuck
appeared on
is
the
he?
screen. Hey,
Joe,
I
man.
see him now.
Joe, man.
I see him now.
Erling Haaland is on screen
There he
pointing.
is.
You know what it is, people. When a super chat comes in, Haaland pops up. He says thank you. This time he's saying thank you to my guy, Jay Dom, with the £4.49. He says, tough game at Leeds tomorrow. Get the big guns out. Gundo, Bernardo, De Bruyne, Foden, Haaland, Mahrez. Jay Don, I agree with you on absolutely everything, but I want Grealish over Mahrez. I agree with everything you said, except I just want that Grealish over Mahrez. I think Grealish, he's going to be huge for us. He needs the game time, and it's time for him to show that he can be integral in a title-winning team. I think that's what I would go with. But listen, I don't want people to think that I'm hating on Riyad Mahrez. I don't hate Riyad Mahrez. And I also, people, you know that I have a bias towards Jack Grealish, but I still believe in what Jack Grealish is doing more than I believe in what Riyad Mahrez is doing. I trust Jack Grealish more to be creative. There's no surprise that Haaland has most of his goals so far this season with Jack Grealish in the pitch, because Grealish, whether you like it or not, or you rate him or not, he is a creative player and he causes a lot of problems for opposition. But listen, big up J-Dom for the super chat, man. W's in the chat for J-Dom. We love people who show love. It's free to hit the likes. It's free to subscribe to the channel. So all of you can do that and show love. But if you want, obviously, it's fantastic when you send super chats. It just makes us feel like we're doing something great. So big up you, J-Dom, for the super chat. Kobe, you guys think we'll get any transfers during January? I can see it. But on the other hand, I think Pep is fine with the squad. No, I don't see any business in January. I don't see anybody going out or in. As far as I'm concerned. But listen, it's a strong team Joe's gone with, man. It's a strong team, and this is the way it has to be. I think every single Premier League game, unless it gets to a situation, which it's not going to happen anytime soon, but unless we're 10, 12 points clear at some point, strongest 11, every Premier League game. We cannot afford to fuck up anymore. We've had our fuck-ups. We've dropped points at Newcastle. We've lost to Brentford. We've lost to Liverpool. Didn't we draw or lose? We drew with Villa, didn't we?
Yeah.
Somehow.
Yeah. Mate, we can't afford to fuck up. We've given Arsenal, in my opinion, a golden opportunity to do something special. Now, obviously, Arsenal still have a lot more work to do. They have a lot more work to do. It's not even January just yet, my man. But they're in a great position, and we don't want to give them any more of a great position than they already have. Let's not give them any ground. Let's catch up with them. Don't let them feel like when they're getting these wins, it's double points for them. You know what I mean? It's double points, because if we lose and they win, it's double points. We don't want that. Mahrez plays when he wants. Very lazy, says Nick. I think so, man. Jay Don says, I missed out on Rodri. Rodri, absolutely imperative for this game. Rodri is absolutely imperative. I've been slated, people. I've been slated by the public for saying that I prefer Rodri over Casemiro. Listen, I rate Casemiro. I think he's a bad man. He's a sick player. But just for me right now, I prefer Rodri for our system and for how much I love him. I admit that it's my bias. So don't come for me, people. They're both class players. Do you know what I'm saying? Casemiro and Rodri, both sick. And I know a lot of you watched the Big Six, and I'm sure you saw the slack I got for it. It's not an outrageous thing to say. Rodri is so important for this team, both in defense and attack. He's absolutely class. Put some more respect on Rodri. He's in the conversation with Casemiro. Like it or lump it. Respect to Mahrez and Ryan. Man, I love Mahrez. I do. I always love Mahrez. But right now, I want my man Super Jack. I mean, what are we saying? Like, in terms of the way we want to play, I think Jack Grealish offers the most over Mahrez.
Yeah, 100%. Just looking at that there, Casemiro's past his time, man. I hate it now, but Casemiro is so very good. And there we go with the party nonsense.
Partey is better than both. I think Thomas Partey has been in the top 5 Premier League players so far this season.
Oh, 100%, but he's not Rodri.
110%. Thomas Partey has been absolutely fantastic for Arsenal this season. We just want to see it go on a bit longer. People are laughing now in the chat at him saying Partey. Listen, on a real thing, no joke, real talk. Partey is a bad man. But he needs to do. We just want to see him get over that line, win some trophies, and then he's cement his name up there. Rodri's done it, man. Rodri's done it.
It's the Arsenal fans getting ahead of themselves again, isn't it? Saying Partey's better than all this. And I saw someone on AFTV last night saying Arsenal have the best midfield in world football. Give over, please. I cannot remember, but someone said Arsenal.
Name drop.
Do you know what? I am going to go and find the AFTV interview. I have to get on the site. It said they had the best midfield. I genuinely couldn't believe my eyes. Where are you? Fraudulent.
One voice says, Hugh keeps saying Grealish create chance when doesn't even have one assist. This is what I've been saying. Stop focusing on the guy's G&A. Watch football with your eyes and not what the graphics say on Twitter. Do you know what I mean? What he does when he's on the ball, what he does when he's pressing, his defensive work, it's a lot more than just he gives the final pass before it goes in the net. Football's so much more than that. I get that Grealish's G&A is below par and it's frustrating. I'm with that. I'm willing to take my Grealish loving hat off for a second and admit that. But no one can deny that when he's played this season, he's looked damn fucking good. That game against Chelsea in the Carabao Cup, Grealish deserved 2 or 3 goals. He deserved 2 or 3 goals. It was how the ball didn't end up in the net for him. He has no luck. I don't know. Rodri is better, says Jonah. Better than Fernandinho ever was and best in the world at the minute.
Ooh, no.
I think it's a conversation. I was pissed when I heard that so diluted we can't lose the league to Arsenal, says Benji, man. I think we're winning the league. I back my team. I back our experience. I back our manager. I back what we're doing here. I think we'll know what to do when push comes to shove. But I'm not here to ridicule Arsenal and belittle them. They're a really good team, thriving off momentum. No Jesus, no problem, man. They were good last night. Nketiah stepped up. Martinelli class. They're a class team. Saka class. They're no pushover. They're no little boys. They haven't won their Premier League yet, but they're going to cause problems. Newcastle too, man. Put some respect on Eddie Howe and Newcastle. They're going to be a problem. They're only at their Bellamy and Adebayor stage, and they're second. You know what I'm saying? Fucking hell.
Drug test Granit Xhaka.
Yeah, man. Arsenal, no depth. I hear you. But it doesn't seem to be a problem. Did you get a name, Joe, or something?
Yeah, Dan Potts. I'm not sure people would have heard of him. He does a lot of stuff with Lee Judge's Baldy fella on his personal stuff. He said, best midfield trio. That's the quote. What a lot of nonsense. What an absolute lot of shit.
Listen, we're 4 likes off our like goal of 50. So when we hit 50 likes on the stream, that would be absolutely fantastic if you could do that. Clinic Q Rue, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, says Arsenal winning this year. How much do you want to bet?
Here, this is where I come in now.
How much do I want to bet that Arsenal are winning?
The odds, Arsenal 2-1 to win the league. City are 4-9 to win the league. I'll bet you €100.
Just to let you know, Clinic Rue, Dara actually works in the bookies.
I know the odds. I checked them earlier.
Clinic Rue is saying he'll give me 100, or I have to give him $100. I assume you're American if Arsenal win the league. All right, come back to me in May. Come back to me in May. We'll see what's happening.
What's your revolute? What's your revolute?
Xhaka, best centre mid in the league, says Patrick Allen. What are our thoughts on that?
No, just no. Just no. Like, he's been very good this season, but come on.
Jack has been sick. Jack has been sick.
Here we go.
We're getting a lot of Arsenal fans coming in here now. Listen, Arsenal fans, I want to make it clear before we go into a banter thing or have a joke. I rate Arteta. I like Arsenal Football Club. I like what they're doing right now. The team is very likable. The players are very likable. But I'm a City fan. I'm going to back my team to win the league. I'm going to back my squad to do it over yours. And I've just said so many times in this stream, you're going to be a problem for us. It's not going to be easy, and we can't afford to fuck up any more than we already have. It's going to be a great race, a great challenge, whatever way you want to call it. I believe that. I think both teams are great, and it's great to see a new team that's not Liverpool giving us problems. I like Arteta. I like Jesus. I like Zinchenko. Big up Arsenal. I'm enjoying this. I love watching us have to come back from a deficit and try and win the league. You're 5 points or you're 8 points ahead right now. I've been banging on for this whole stream about how we can't afford to slip up anymore because you will capitalize. Every time we fuck up and you win, you're going to get that bit more momentum. Your players are going to go, holy fuck, we're on to something here. And they're playing with more and more hunger. We know about that. We've been that team that's trying to claw back a deficit. Liverpool, United, title races over the years. And then all of a sudden, you're picking up those wins that you wouldn't have won last year or the year before. And you're going, okay, it's getting real now. It's getting real. I know about this. I've been there. I think Arsenal are a good team, man. Skullduggery, you're welcome, says Clinic Rue. Skullduggery ain't watching this, man.
You can be respectful all you want, Murray. Arsenal are a team of City rejects, and they're not winning that. And have it!
Wow.
Have it!
What a bold statement.
I'm on the hater mood tonight. I'm on the hater mood. We're about to play pro clubs. I'm on the hating mood.
Listen, ask any City fan, and they will tell you City play their best football when they play every 3 days. What is the common theme for the rest of this season? Playing every 3 days. This is going to be relentless. Can they keep up with that, with their squad depth and their injuries starting to pick up a couple now? Can they keep up with that? We've had our slow start to the season. That's been and gone. We've done that. We've had that period out of the way. And, we're 8 points back with a game in hand. It's still a mountain to climb. But this is like, we're reaching, peak Pep Guardiola football. This is the peak time of the season.
I've been saying that I like Arsenal, I like Arteta, blah, blah, blah. But these Arsenal fans, man, they need to fucking relax a bit. Man. They're getting on their high horse. You've got your 8 points. You've had a great start to the season. There's a lot of fucking football to be played. Remember that. Remember how many times you fucked up things over the years. You're not Premier League winners anytime recently. We are.
Never forget. Relax
yourself.
When they beat Leicester at the Emirates, when Danny Welbeck scored that goal and they treated it as if they'd won the league, just to turn around and lose the league. That's very Arsenal, to be honest with you. Now look,
chill out, man. They need to fucking chill out. This is why people are hating on them. I'm not hating on them, but people are hating on them because we're 14 or 15 games in, and they're talking like they've won the league. You've got your 8 points. Happy days, but there's so much football to be played. No one cares about how many trophies City wins as well. Listen, I do. So there's one. Up the Leicester, says Luke 284. Listen, Arsenal fans, don't get me wrong. I've paid you up, but stop with this high horse crap. Do you know what I mean? Humble yourselves a little bit. When you won the Premier League, then do your whole banter thing. Until then, do it in silence, man. Turkish is the best at this. Toby and the lads in the Big Six, they poke Turkish all the time. Like, you win the league, you win the league. And he's like, talk to me in March, talk to me in April. That's the way I would be if I was an Arsenal fan right now. I'd be saying, let's just wait and see, man. It's still not even January just yet. Come on, man. You've been hating on us for years. No, I haven't, man. You've got me completely wrong here.
We're not even around years.
Yeah, we're not around. I'm not getting clipped up. Don R says, Hugh, I'm trying to wind you up. I'm a fan. No, listen, I know it's all banter. It's all a big up to you as well, Don R. Man, it's all love. It's all love. I like them.
I do like Arsenal, but right now, as I've admitted, I do start taking them seriously. So it is. Look, if two teams are going for a league title, it's a rivalry. As I'm sorry, it might not be a blood rivalry, it might not be that. It's a Premier League rivalry if two teams are going for a trophy. So right now, I'm in the hater period. I was on the hater period for Liverpool for years. I still am. I was on the hater period.
I've been saying, I take them seriously. I take Arsenal seriously. I'm not one of these people saying, oh, they're going to fuck up. They've no depth. I get how this works. When a team builds momentum, it actually gets to the point where it doesn't matter what 11 players you have on the pitch. The whole squad's playing with a different level of chess. The whole team's playing with a different level of confidence and momentum. The amount of injuries we've had over the years in title races, that when you look back on and go, how the fuck do we actually win the league without that player? I mean, last season, we limped over the league title or to win the league title with no Ruben Diaz, Laporte playing on one leg, Kyle Walker basically non-existent too. Rodri was in and out at times. We didn't have a striker. Sterling and Jesus couldn't finish their dinners at one point, and we limped over. But the team was playing with chest, with aggressiveness, with confidence, and that's what Arsenal are going to do if they keep picking up these wins. So all I'm saying is, if I was an Arsenal fan, I'd move with a bit more silence. But I'd be excited. I'd be excited because it looks good. It looks good. Listen, the whole Arsenal thing. I think what day is tomorrow?
Wednesday.
We're playing Leeds tomorrow, but we'll be doing a review on Thursday. So Friday night probably we'll do a full league title talk, full Arsenal versus City. Maybe I'll get an Arsenal fan. I'll see his Turkish or someone around if possible. Maybe not. And we'll do a full what's the ins and outs to this. Who's going to win it? How will they win it? Blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? But listen, we're talking about Leeds versus City here. We've kind of said our piece on it. We don't know what to expect massively. It's the first league game back, but we were great against Liverpool last week. Let's do our score predictions. There's 50 people in the building. The support tonight has been class. Big up to all the Arsenal fans who came in. I get you got jest. I get you're excited. And I like that. I appreciate that. So stay happy, but stay humble too. But show love. Keep smashing the likes. Keep subscribing if you're new people. Get in your score predictions. 52 in the building. Throw in some score predictions. City versus Leeds. What are we saying, people? Joe, let's kick us off. Who's going to score a goal? What's the score tomorrow going to be? Ellen Road, tough away game. Chat to me.
I'm going to go for a 3-1 win, and I'm going to say goal scorer. It's really hard to just not pick that big Norwegian fella in it. But
we have him in brackets.
I'm not going to have him in brackets. Fuck the bracket thing. I came up with the rule. I'm not even going to abide by it. I'm going to say 3-1 and a Foden goal. Why not?
Nice, man. Nice. Philip Foden. He's one of our own. Don Arsenal. Hugh, does depth matter when you got the system already and any player that comes in fits in straight away? That's what I'm saying, man. System is so important. We know that. Whatever way you play, as long as everybody who comes in knows their role, knows what they're doing, we've seen that. And Nketiah was great last night. Arsenal fans were fretting about Jesus being injured and whatnot. And Nketiah was great. If he can find some consistency, it shouldn't be an issue. And then when Jesus gets back, you know what I'm saying? Sean Fogle says 2-0, Haaland and Mahrez. That would be big for Mahrez. Someone says 5-0 City. Dan says 4-1 City. John says 7-0. No assist for KDB. If you know, you know. Pat Gan 3-0 City. This screams 4-1 because of the injuries they have. I would hope so, Benji. Score pretty well. I don't wish injury, but you know what I mean. 4-1 says Darsh. D1 says 4-1. Jonah 3-1. Revel, what are you saying, man? A lot of all City wins so far. I've not seen a single Leeds win.
And you're not going to see one from me. You're seeing another scene of this, I'm afraid. You're seeing another scene of this. It's going to be 4-0. Fuck it, we're going for it. We're going Billy Big Balls, 4-0. Defence is going to have a masterclass. Haaland's getting 2 and Gundogan scoring. There you go. There you have it. Don't know if you'll even start Gundogan. He's scoring. I'm afraid. That's getting clipped up when it finishes 1-0. But 4-0, they've an abundance of injuries. City seem to have a good set squad. I'm happy out. I'm going 4-0. And you know what? It'll be cagey for a few minutes. Seem to go half an hour without a goal. Everyone's shitting themselves. Floodgates open. Exact same as last year. I hate copy and pasting results, but that's what I'm going for. Someone just said 20-0.
Yeah, J-Don. Big up J-Don, man. He says 20-0 City. I'd like that, man. I'd like that. Listen, 60 in the building right now. The numbers are getting higher as we're closing, wrapping up. I don't know how that's happening, but listen, smash the likes anyway. And if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. You're all welcome here. 2-1 says Luke. Marcus 1-0 leads. Rodri own goal. If that comes true, that is crazy. G-Nan says 2-0 City. Arsenal are front running right now. Don't be fooled. I'm not fooled, man. I've just bigged you up. I've just bigged Arsenal up for the last 10 minutes. 2-1 Leeds says Don Arsenal. Yeah, obviously the Arsenal fans in the chat. are hoping for a Leeds win. And this is what title races are about, man. This is part of the fun, you know? We're hoping you lose games. You're hoping we lose games. I enjoy it, man. I enjoy these chats. I enjoy these debates. And I appreciate the Arsenal fans coming in and having a chat with us tonight. I like hearing your perspective. I like hearing what you've got to say. And I'll give you any advice I can when it comes to title races, because, you know, look, I'm open and honest. I realize that it's not an old thing for us. We haven't done this since the dawn of time. Title races and winning leagues is only a thing of the last sort of decade for Manchester City. So listen, unless you're an older Arsenal fan and you were there for all the Invincible and all that, you'll know about it. But you get me. Patrick Gannon says, what was it Patrick said there? Where was it? Where's his message gone? Did I miss it? Something about a Grealish hat-trick? I don't know. It's gone missing. Big up Arsenal. Yeah, Haaland hat-trick incoming. Listen, my prediction. So Joe says 3-1. Dara says 4-0. A couple of Arsenal fans in the chat saying Leeds win. I get that. And then everybody else saying City win. Someone saying 20-0. I'm going to go with a 3-0 Manchester City based on our findings and our discoveries tonight that Leeds are missing quite a few of their heavy hitters. Darsh said Grealish hat-trick. Yeah. Based on the fact that Leeds are missing some of their heavy hitters, we have a relatively fit squad. We played great against Liverpool last week. I think 3-0, and I think we move on. We've got, what is it? After Leeds, we have, I think it's Everton next, which is also a big game on Saturday. Yeah, so we've got massive games coming up, and I think this is going to be a massive game for us to build momentum, build a platform for ourselves. You know what I'm saying. Clinical, big up every time, man. Big up you, Clinical. Big up all of you in the chat. So I'm going 3-0. In terms of goal scorers, who do I choose here? This is really tough for me to choose, you know? There's so many great players and so many great options, and it's crazy how Jack Grealish is going to score tomorrow, people. Clip this up. I want to see this all over the internet. Grealish is going to score at Ellen Road tomorrow. Whether he starts or not, he's getting a goal.
I think he's more likely to be hit on the head with a bit of paper again.
I know there's a lot of new people in the chat tonight. I've seen a lot of new names, but for those of you who don't know, it's an ongoing joke here that I always predict Grealish to score a goal, and it never happens. So don't take it too seriously. Some minority says Leeds can't seem to defend to save their lives, but they've managed to score quite a few goals against big teams as well. 4-2 win for City though. I can see it, man. I can see it. Benji Laporte headed Mahrez to Haaland. I'll say 3-1 says Clinical. Listen, it is what it is, people. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a great game. We're doing the review on the Big Six on Thursday night. I think it was meant to be tomorrow, but it's been moved to Thursday, so keep an eye out for that. We will do a review. We might do our review tomorrow night on the channel because the Big Six isn't on tomorrow, so we might do our review at 10:30, our usual slot. Make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you've got the notification bell turned on so you don't miss when we go live. Big love to all of you who came in. Great to see so many new faces. Even the Arsenal fans, you're all welcome here. I'm not gonna just write Arsenal off and slag you all off. I think you're a great club, great manager, great team, and I enjoy you guys coming in and giving the banter, because banter's part of the football, isn't it? We all like to have a laugh, and I'm here for it. So stay involved, people. Make sure you keep showing love. On your way out, smash the like button. If you're watching on playback, I've got something caught by the road here. Smash the like button too. All the love helps. Grealish will be in the toilets doing his hair. Come on, man. Grealish's hair is class. Do you think Newcastle got a chance to win the league? Yeah, outside chance. I wouldn't write them off. They're another team playing with momentum. He'd get kicked upside down from Leeds. Respect. Do you think Newcastle are title charge? Yeah, we might. We're going to do a full title talk at some point this week, whether it's Friday or Saturday. We're going to do a full title talk. So like I said, keep the notification bell turned on so you don't miss that. I want you all to come in and give your thoughts on the title race, big fixtures, what games are key, what players are key, all that good stuff. We are going to go play some pro clubs now. Me, Revel, Joe, and Luke, another member of the 94 who comes on every now and again. We're going to go play some pro clubs off camera, but if it's something you guys want to see us stream pro clubs on YouTube, we can make it a series, maybe an episode or two a week. We'll stream it live. You guys can come in and give your thoughts on our pro clubs journey. Let us know. Follow our socials. They're on screen. Let us know in the DMs. Leave some comments. Say you want to see us play pro clubs. Might even get some of you involved. Some of you can join the club. We'll hold some trials or something. Who knows? Listen, big love to all of you who've come in. Big love to all of you who've come in. And we'll see you tomorrow night at 10:30. Hopefully reviewing a W. We're out. Wrap her up.
Listen to your heart. Tell me who you wanna be. We can always start to believe. Listen.